Hi Scorpio, thanks for being here today and welcome to Rose Sky Tarot if this is a new experience for you. And this reading is for the 17th of June and the following weeks. Now, the cards that we have here are going to take us through a couple of different stories. I'm going to have this one here, and that's going to be about what's awakening within you, what insights that you need to be having at the moment. I'm going to put that to one side because I'm going to focus on this deck here just now. I'm going to draw 3 cards, and those cards are going to take in 2 different perspectives. First perspective will be that what is your own personal direction? What plans do you have for yourself? You have the Empress. And, it's all about exploring what those plans are. Now, there's too many cards there. I'm going to put them at the bottom of the deck. The second reading that I'm going to do is going to be about what's going on round about you with regards to your heart. It could be friends, family, people that you love, or it could be that it's a love interest. Okay. All right, so we've pulled 3 cards there. Let me just put them off to the side. And let's have a look at what this last section is about. Now, I just pushed the card back in. Let's try that again. Okay, that was a clear pick there. And have faith. Okay, let me just put these cards off to the side and we'll get started with the reading. Now, before I jump in with this reading, just thought I'd put it out there that I will be taking personal readings from now until Christmas, New Year for an introductory price of £25. So if you're interested, drop me an email and we'll work something out. So let's see what these cards have to say. And I'm going to separate it and signpost each section so that it's easier for you to pinpoint if you want to go to one bit quickly. All right, let's get started. All right, I have moved the camera down for you so you can actually see what's going on a little bit better. And this is going to be about yourself, about your own personal plan, your own dreams and aspirations. Now we've got some fantastic cards here. We have the Empress, the Emperor, and the Ten of Wands. Now, these are actually fantastic cards to have. Wonderful cards. So let's jump in and look at each one and how they could affect, what the plan is. Give you some insight. So we've got the Empress. Let's have a chat about the Empress. This person here looks at the femininity. The Emperor looks at the masculinity. And we have both of those qualities within each of us. And we both, access those qualities on a daily basis, whether you realise it or not. let's look at it a bit more closely. Let's look at the Empress. Okay. The Empress is someone who has a lot of aspirations, because this person here wants to be able to walk down a field that's filled just with grass. And as this person walks past, flowers begin to bloom, opportunities arise that weren't there before, because this person gives birth to their imagination. Opportunities of growth appear. Developments, seem to grow arms and legs until they are abundant and overflowing. More than enough, not just adequate. And this is all about, caring, nurturing, having a heartfelt connection. It's about, finding the promise and the potential that's there and letting it bloom, letting it show, letting its beauty and its fragrance go out into the world and revel in what's been born. The Empress is the mother of all good possibilities. This is a fantastic card. Let's jump on to its counterpart, and that's the Emperor. Now this is a little bit of yin and yang, about balance here. Because with the Emperor, all of that abundance could appear chaotic, doesn't seem to have any organisation, direction. And although there may be abundance there, does it have the organisation to take it to the people that really need it? That's where the Emperor comes in, the masculinity within yourself. So let's look at this card. Let's walk down the same field, because with the Emperor, as he walks down the field, behind the Empress, he sees things put about in a chaotic way, growing wildly, haphazardly. And this person likes order. So the first thing that happens is they begin to set down a foundation, some ground rules. Begin, a strategy that would make life easier for organisation. This person walks down the field and they group all of the same things together. They put the strongest things on the outside and the most vulnerable things on the inside. Because the Emperor here not only looks to organise chaos, but they also want to offer safety and stability. Because what use is all of this abundance if it doesn't actually go anywhere, doesn't have a purpose? And this is about building a foundation. But the thing with the Emperor is that he does come in and offer stability. But in taking that control and putting all of these rules and strategies in place, he expects people to obey that word. There isn't space for any slackers or people who want to shy away from hard work or challenges. Because the Emperor here would see that as a cowardly action. And he is looking for people with strength, stamina, and the courage to see it through to the end, to fight for what you want. So, these two cards here, the Empress and the Emperor, do go hand in hand, and that's a fantastic combination, to have within a reading. Because you are developing and giving birth to the potentials that are within you. And the Emperor is organising how to make those things happen. Building the steps here. And I keep being drawn in my mind to Egypt, to pull back to the pyramids. For some reason, because it's not related to the pyramids here, but that's what I'm being drawn to, the image of the pyramids and the image of the field. Let's move on to the next card because we've got the Ten of Cups. And this, here I go again, is like finding the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Because all of these potentials and organisational skills that you've put in place are taking you to the highest heights. All of your dreams are coming true. This is a place where you have achieved everything that you could possibly achieve. You are feeling happy, fulfilled, loved, and you're being loved to the maximum potential that you could ever imagine. You're being allowed to express all this love and caring that you have in the world. And your organisational skills are making sure that the right people receive it. And you're being paid in spades. This is true happiness, long-lasting happiness. This is the culmination of your dream. Couldn't have asked for a better reading. So I'm going to leave this part of it here and I'm going to signpost the next section for love, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, love, here we go. Now, same cards. Let's look at them again. The Empress. I have met a couple of people For short times, I've met both the Empress and the Emperor. Both of them had such magnetic personalities. Didn't matter what they looked like, because their internal charisma, openness, kindness, humour, this all had an effect on their draw, their magnetism. And I'm thinking of one girl in particular that when in their company, you just maybe caught their eye or been in the conversation for a moment or two, and your mouth has just dropped because this person just sucked you in. There was something about them that drew all of your attention and the attention of everyone round about. This person was bubbly, fun, inviting, gregarious, and very generous. This person wanted to make sure that the people round about had a fantastic time, that they could eat and drink everything that they could possibly, have. As many luxury items as this person could provide. Because this person here does like treats. She likes to go for maybe not the most expensive, but for her, the most luxurious, the thing that just tips it over the edge of everything else. It could be a basic thing, but it's something that makes her feel luxurious. This person has also got so used to having people's jaws drop, having the attention, having those little treats and luxurious items that makes life, so wonderful, that sometimes this person loses sight a little bit that maybe not everyone feels or thinks the same. Maybe other people have a more difficult existence. And this person, although empathetic, is that the right word? has a lot of empathy for others, there are some things that, she just can't grasp because she's used to being taken care of. And having to struggle is something that maybe she's not experienced too much. Then we have the Emperor. Again, jaw-dropping. And beauty is definitely in the eyes of the beholder, because it's what's inside, it's the charisma and magnetism that draws you. This person is someone who people go to if they have a problem. This person has great leadership qualities. They could be someone who has great standing in their career, in their family, in the community. And they have great standing in your life as well. This person has great importance for you. Now, There may well be, with this being the Empress and the Emperor, a love connection here. It could be that, this person has a lot of feelings for the lady in this partnership. So much so that they want to provide and protect, which supports this entitlement that the lady has. This feeling of, deserving everything, all the luxurious items that this person can provide. The Emperor is also the protector. They want this person to have stability in their life. And should anyone deem to threaten that stability or, this person's nature and goodness, then, they'll have something very harsh to say about it. Now, let me look a little bit more at the Emperor here, because we've already talked about the good side. But when things don't quite go the Emperor's way, things begin to get a little bit shadowy. Does the protection maybe start to become a little bit controlling? Is it possible that, with the Empresses, who is used to getting, her own way and being provided with anything and everything, when the protection of the Emperor kicks in, it may be a little bit restrictive. There may be a little bit of the Emperor telling the Empress what to do, pulling rank. Now that is not something that the Empress is used to, having someone tell her what to do. So that could be the beginnings of, an argument, resentment even. Could be the beginning of a long-term battle. And if that behaviour, that protection that moves over into possessive and oppressive tendencies, if it goes to that extreme, then it could be that there is an abuse of this person's ability to be free in what they do. And that could be, in the extreme, a very abusive partnership. And it's a place that you really don't want to go. But with the Ten of Cups as the last card here, it looks as though the positive, the lighter side of the Empress and the Emperor are coming forth, because the Ten of Cups, similar to the last part of the reading, is all about happiness, about finding the partnership of your dreams. It's as if you have two individual jaw dropping jaw dropping two jaw dropping individuals who have come together. into a partnership that lasts a long time because they have the love and the foundation to make it work long term. Each have their own charisma, magnetism, sexuality that's off the chart. Your sex life is going to be amazing and it's going to be long lasting. This is a partnership and a sexual relationship that is going to be one of your dreams. This is the epitome of happy ever after. You may have, with the Emperor here and the Empress, both entitlement and oppression, showing their ugly heads every so often. So there may be, the battle weary relationship at the end. And when I say end, I mean, long term. But this is something that you stick with. Enjoy each moment and see the fruits of your labour. So this is a fantastic reading for love as well. Alright, let's move on to the next section, and this is all about having some personal insight, opening your eyes and being aware of your own possibilities. Alright, back in a sec. Alright, have faith. When you want to do something and it's something that you have to work hard to accomplish, and when you're in the midst of all those challenges, someone may very well say, have faith, that'll happen. Let's have a look at that. When someone says, have faith, it'll happen, does your mind automatically jump to, how am I going to make it happen? Does your mind then make a list of some sort, imaginary, on paper, computer, whatever? That list could be made up of so many different things, actions, plans. And with each one of those indicators, do you automatically think of the negative side of things? Maybe you have a particular job that you need to do. Do you then come up with 10 reasons of why that particular path may not work? You're self-limiting yourself before you've even tried. And that is just, a downward spiral of negative thoughts and vibrations when you ask, how am I going to accomplish this? Other people are often, very happy to jump in on that negative spiral. But when you have faith, do you maybe look at things and think, all right, I can't see this. I know what I would like to happen. I know what I believe is the best thing to happen. But it's not tangible. It's not something that you can touch. Why do you want that thing there? Why do you believe that that would be better? Because that is what to focus on. Having faith that something better is in the future for you. So why do you want this better future? Do you want to be happier? Do you want to be loved? Do you want to go and do good things in this world? And once you know why you want to do things, what's your inspiration? What's your desire in this situation? Then you'll find that when you discuss those things, when you begin to move towards researching all of those things of why you want to do things, the pure intent, then you'll find that why you want to do things generate ideas, generate certain circumstances, generate opportunities. And all of those things then begin to build on how you're going to do it. Having faith is a belief in being able to accomplish the purest of things without having any idea of how you're going to do it. But on your path to that pure intent, the how will manifest itself to you. So have faith that your perfect match, your charisma, magnetic relationship will come to you because it's on its way. It needs you to open yourself up and accept it in. Have faith that your empress or emperor is just out of visibility and is making their way to you. Once they get there, there is a happy ever after. So have faith. All right, I'm going to leave this here, Scorpio. Please take care, and I'll be back in a couple of weeks for your life reading. So see you then. Bye.